All right, welcome in everybody to Friday's edition of Daily Bread, coming at you live right at 12:15 on the East Coast. So right at that perfect lunch spot to get you right through that final day before you celebrate the weekend, and the number one spot to make sure you secure that extra weekend bankroll is on our show. And if you want the premium of the premium, Sosa says, go down to the ticker, make sure you give us a follow and a DM there if you want to get into the other stuff. As usual, it's powered and sponsored by the Wise Guys Diamond Club. We're live on Twitter at Daily Bread Media. Make sure to give us a like, retweet, and follow if you're watching there. Still can't show your comments, but YouTube's the number one spot to be dropping your plays, asking us any questions, whatever the hell you want to do. It's the Friday show, so it usually gets a little crazy over here. But Sosa, you got a nice little plus 850. You went 1-1 on the Nerfies yesterday. So what does that bring you to 9-2?
9-2 on the season. Yeah, man. Mike Trout made sure that didn't happen. But respect to a GOAT, I can't say nothing wrong. He got us. He got us good and well.
Yeah, Mike Trout took it out there. But other than that, give us a like on YouTube on our show. Helps us out, and hit that sub button if you already aren't. And it's the best place to make sure you're not hanging out with your family for the next 25 minutes is to be tapped in with us.
You already know, man. Yeah, a beautiful day out too, man. Another beautiful evening. So
About to say, yesterday was just MLB. Don't really got many thoughts from yesterday.
Yeah, well, the game is the game, but we play regardless. Shout out to the Dodgers handling business late night. You love to see that. Handling business, scoring runs. I was extremely excited about that one.
And then you hit the nail on the head with Shohei yesterday. He wasn't even the guy that cost you the Nerfie in that game, but you were alluding to that he might just have to pick to be a batter going forward. Not many people are saying that out on the airways, so make sure you credit Sosa from Daily Bread.
I love the guy. I love the guy. But listen, after having, obviously came back from injury, and last year it was really good. He depends on people swinging and missing so much, and you've seen it. Like the deception's not there, and you see him immediately kind of return back to like being just a guy that throws really hard. And again, that's no knock to him. He's an amazing talent. I mean, but when you hit 50 dingers, I think pitching is your call. I think pitching is not in the works for him long term. I think he should just focus on hitting and keep moving. But money rules everything, so we know why he's doing it.
Yeah, right? Sir. It looks like, I don't know if it's breaking news, but does it look like Paul George went into the protocol? But that'll be the second part of the show. We'll start it off with the MLB winners, since we got first pitch in just under an hour in Arizona at the Mets. You like anything here, or are we skipping over the first game of the day?
I think I'm going to leave this alone. I was thinking about this being a candidate for no runs first inning. I do actually lean that way, but I'm not betting it officially. I do think that it's a decent opportunity to get that. I don't have anything official in that one. I do have.
Yeah, when the Mets are minus 220, it's almost like begging you to take the Diamondbacks, but then they're the Diamondbacks. Their only wins have came on walk-offs.
Yes, sir. The first Nerfie of the evening is going to come in your team's game, Philly versus the Marlins. Obviously, yesterday took them a cool little minute to get rolling offensively, and then they stalled out. It's just a matter of time, I guess, till you guys explode offensively. I want to blame it on weather, but when you lay an egg offensively in Miami, knowing damn well that you're going to have to put some runs up because Alcantara's on the other side, I don't know, man. That didn't look too promising yesterday for me. But I do like the Phillies Marlins no runs first inning tonight at minus 120. I like Lopez is, I think, one of the most underrated pitchers in baseball. Eflin, I expect to get his 3 outs, and we'll be in the game.
You got to hope Eflin gets out of that first inning clean, because he's one of the guys that the fish have rocked more often than not. Pablo, right. We've gotten to them in those starts, but it's just the constant 500 record that the Phillies have against the Marlins. you can always bounce it either way. That's why, regardless of the teams, you usually see it sitting at a minus 120 and a minus 130 for the home squad here. But the Phils, they've lost Eflin's last 3 starts all last season against the Marlins. So just get through the first clean. Are they a hungry dog? Potentially, but it's not a big enough price to be backing them, especially when in the MLB, that's one of the more spots where you can fade and go against or fade the streaky teams and back trends for once. And once the team hits the 3-game snide, 3 L's in a row, it's usually good to fade them. And if you're only going to lay minus 120, I can't argue it, but I'm not putting my money on the fish.
Oh, nah.
No.
Not tonight.
You don't like Marte plus 390 for a stolen base?
Nah, that's not who I'm rocking with tonight. I'm going back to Chicago with it again. We're gonna go Luis Robert. I think that's going to be the guy we take the ticket at with him. The price is always going to be golden. I mean, we haven't gotten a price. He had back-to-back games with a stolen base, and the price never dropped under plus 525. So if we're going to get the volume attempts from him, I think that's a guy who you can confidently bet on every night having at least an attempt. He started off the season hitting great, hitting number 2 in the lineup behind Tim Anderson, who obviously missed 2 games. But the thing that works great with that is that Robert has had all of his stolen bases while Tim Anderson is in the lineup. So that's really my thing. I'm just looking for the right number right now. And the number on him right now is at plus 625, over half a stolen base. Luis Robert from the Chicago White Sox. A couple other plays that I do love tonight. One in the I am on the Toronto Blue Jays tonight at home. And what I'm doing is I'm doubling up with their run line at minus 1.5. And I'm doubling up with their team total tonight at over 5. At the crib, Yankee Stadium did not treat them the way they wanted. I like them to come back to the crib tonight against Oakland and handle business. Tampa Bay or Toronto Blue Jays minus 1.5 plus 100. Toronto Blue Jays team total over 5 at minus 128.
I'm surprised I didn't hear a play so far. I mean, the Washington team total over 4.5 got the hook yesterday. They put up 3 in the first inning. So if you took the first half run line or team total, congrats to you. But your man Fetty's on the board today.
Yeah, we faded him last year. I don't know what to make of this Pirates team. Back-to-back games, I can't see it happening. So I'm actually gonna stay off the game.
You're going to stay off it? The bats are kind of hot right now. 6 runs to 2 games ago, 9 last game going against Fetty, who has the first start. I mean, he kind of got – I don't want to say shelled. He only gave up 5 hits and 2 runs, but they ended up losing the game. Or they ended up winning that one. So he had the clean one. It's kind of like that's where I like it when after the clean start, you fade him. But
I don't think either team is think either team is really worth it right now for me to bet on, to be honest with you. They're both kind of
the Pirates and the Nationals are the class of the MLB this year.
Oh man, I second that notion.
Where else are we going on this slate?
I do like the San Francisco Giants, but the juice I don't like on the money line, so I'm inclined to kind of stay away. If anything, I would go San Francisco minus half a run first 5 at minus 105. That's obviously San Francisco on the run line. Rodon does have a good history against Cleveland, being that he pitched in the division to start his career as his first year with San Fran. I'm rolling with San Fran first 5 today.
And that's the perfect way to attack it because he's 7-4 in his starts. He's made 18 starts against them, and he has a 2.81 ERA against Cleveland. Faced him last season as well, since it's the first year on the move for him.
Absolutely. And I think that's all I'm going to touch for baseball. The NBA, obviously, we're getting news that Paul George is in protocols. Is that true?
I mean, that's what the chat's been saying.
Is that confirmed?
I haven't had a chance because we've been rolling through the MLB slate. I mean, there's not many great pitchers out here to fade today. Fetty was probably the best option on the board. Then you kind of have to pick and choose the other one. There's some candidates out there that are looking at it like Bush, but I don't want to fade Bush yet.
All right. As far as fading Bush, I think I do like the notion of doing that, to be totally
First start. So it's just like we haven't seen anything yet. So that's where Angels, you can get them on a short price if you want to be backing Detmers, but you know what you get when you back Detmers.
Yeah, I think there's a good. I think I lean the over in that one as well. I think we're going to continue to see runs in that in that matchup. I don't particularly like. What I'm seeing from either of those teams from their pitching. Their starting pitching has been very bad from both sides. So I expect for lots of runs to be scored throughout this series and tonight. But yeah,
let's get into the NBA. Might as well
Yeah.
not tease it anymore and get right into it. Yes, it's confirmed. Playoff P is out for tonight. I guess it'd be playing P technically. Thanks, Goose, for that one. And now we've seen that line flip, and the Clips are now +1 dogs at home tonight.
We told you Pels money line yesterday, so hopefully you were smart and betting yesterday. Nothing changes here for me. The Pelicans now even more so. No Paul George. You just reacclimated him back to the offense. You take him out. You got a Luke Kennard coming back tonight who's not 100%. This is a smash spot for me on the Pelicans, and I love Ty Lue, and I know the history of home teams here in the play-in. But yeah, it's Pelicans -1.5 and -112, or the money line at -125 if you're scared. And I'm gonna go one further.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with the Pels team total if I can find a line on it. I think the Pels run them out. One thing about CJ that you guys need to learn is in these one-off games, these one-off situations, he's cash money. Game 7 against Denver, cash money, 40 burger. Forgot that Dame even played like dog shit. And he shoots a high percentage, extremely efficient. And we finally get to see him play point guard. We didn't know that he was this good of a playmaker. Obviously, if you're playing the point guard position, the ball's always in your hands. You have the opportunity to get others involved. But we never really seen him be a dominant point guard or play a plan pick and roll or be given the opportunity to make decisions. It was him spotting up and then him moving over to point guard when Dame went off the floor. Now he's the unmitigated point guard. He's the guy with the ball in his hands. He's the one running you in and out of your sets. And obviously, you got to give BI a lot of love too. BI become much better as a playmaker for his teammates this year. Career high in assists. Missed a bunch of games. They started 1-12. To be where they are right now, absolutely miraculous job by Willie Green. And
the fact that Jose Alvarado is still getting this many minutes and they're still just whooping teams. I mean, he's one of the pieces where you need that backup point guard that completely embraces that role. And when he gets that second unit out there, I mean, he's still a rookie, so you can't say he's a coach on the floor yet. But the decisions that he makes with when to pull it out and when to go at the rim, it's wild. I mean, I know he's a 4-year player at Georgia Tech, but
shout out Josh Pastner one time, our guy.
Yeah, the fact that they got him locked up for 4 more years for that cheap price just shows that they believe in what he can do with that second unit, which is exactly what you need to build playoff long teams, is to get players that want to be in that spot. He's closing games. That's a little wild, but
he was on the floor the whole fourth quarter against.
I know, it's wild.
It's nuts. Yeah, I'm a fan of his. I'm a fan of his game big time. Also, the perimeter shooting. I didn't know he was that good of a perimeter shooter. I didn't know he could really shoot the three. Watching that's crazy. For me, I said we've been on the Pels since February.
Trade deadline. It was the day CJ got traded.
Right. We're not going to deviate from that. We're rocking with the Pels. We fuck with New Orleans sports on Daily Bread. We rock with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shout out
Saints
to the homies.
is
I mean, that's for you. I have no qualms about that organization. I mean, just because they whooped y'all's ass every time they played y'all in the playoffs, that's a personal issue. I mean, you guys should be sending bouquets of flowers to Case Keenum's fucking house every week because he's the reason y'all even got there. But we're not gonna have that conversation now because we talk about the NBA.
let's get to the early game. Cavs, Hawks. You got the road favorite here. Is it fishy, or is that where you're headed as well? Because if you were late to it and you want to back both of the now favorites, that parlay that came through basically every game of the play-in so far is sitting at plus 213.
I want to say that this is a walkthrough for Atlanta because I do believe that Atlanta here is the better team. The experience factor, we kind of saw the way they were against Charlotte. They kind of looked like they hit a switch, right? Defensively, they looked really good. They forced them into bad shots. Obviously, Charlotte's a very young team. So is Cleveland. We're talking about a team now in Atlanta that has a level of playoff experience and opportunities to play basketball in elimination scenarios. And I think in this one, you got to roll with the best player, and the best player is Trae Young. I think that he has enough in the tank to get it done. And also the biggest reason why I'm going with Atlanta tonight is this. He shot the ball extremely poorly, very poorly against Charlotte, and they still won. He's not going to have back-to-back bad shooting nights. That's not happening. So I like Atlanta in this one going away. Your thoughts?
Yeah, series so far this year, they went Atlanta won 3 out of 4. Cleveland got the first one, and the biggest thing that Cleveland did is they haven't been able to take care of the size of them. Only one game did they hold them below 40% shooting percentage from the field. And that was the first one they didn't break 95. The rest of the times they're above 121. So that's kind of where in the play-in series we've seen that the team totals is the way to go. But what I've seen so far this series is the Hawks, even though their guards don't like to play defense, they're able to make the bigs get. I'm trying to get confused because Kevin Love's the only smart one out there, and they've seen when they've gone small. Mobley just needs the reps. I mean, that's what I'm just saying. In this type of scenario, Love's the only. He's not quick, and he's not going to be able to make the plays, but he's going to try to be in the right position. He just doesn't have that athleticism. So that's where I'm on the Hawks team total over 112.5 at minus 107 when they've cleared 120 the past 3 when they've faced each other with ease.
I'm with you. The issue is this: with Jarrett Allen not being available, you don't have any level of rim protection, and without him in the lineup, you don't have the ability to allow Evan Mobley to really take a lot of chances and play weak side and help.
Because you got Larry Markkinen doing that now. They love seeing that.
It's just not the same. So that's really the biggest detriment without Allen in the lineup. And then when you reintegrate a player into the lineup, you automatically fade that team anyway. So that's the problem. And then obviously they get a second home game to prove themselves, and I wish them the best of luck. But I just think that Cleveland's time will be next year. I think they'll be they won't be in the play-in next year. Think
you like any Cleveland props? It's just because Garland's really the only guy you can target. We see Kevin Love 30 ball incoming, maybe.
We're gonna have to rock with this is what I like. I like Trae Young's assist. He's gonna get him regardless. Trae Young over 10.5 assists. And we're gonna run it back with your boy. If you can't get a number now on Karras, but I'm gonna run it back with Karras tonight. I think Karras plays well tonight. I do.
I'll get the number. I mean, he had the attempts the last game, just none of them could fucking hit the bottom of the net.
Karras LeVert will bounce back tonight. He'll play well tonight. But I think at the end it'll be too much Atlanta. I think Atlanta's just they're poised to be in the playoffs. They seem like a team that really didn't give a fuck about the regular season, and now that they know that they have to win to have an opportunity, they're excited for it, and they're accepting the challenge. That's just what I think I see. I mean, maybe Darius Garland drops a 40 burger on us and makes us all look like jackasses.
Yeah, this is just my tinfoil hat. I just think there's going to be an upset tonight. And that's kind of where I believed it was going to be the Pels because they're sitting at +4 on the road. And that's where I thought they were going to be the spot. Now that playoff P's out, maybe the value's not gone, but I'm just saying I think Cleveland or I guess now the Clippers as the dogs, I think one of them comes out. I don't know why. I just think something's telling me, unless we're just going to have the most complete chalk and Vegas is going to lose a bunch of money on this plan, which why does the NBA do this? Money grab. Be strange unless they're waiting to take all our money in the playoffs, but to see 6 faves cover, be strange.
Yeah,
That's like nothing game based or anything like that. It's just to have the 6
boy,
faves cover with ease in all or 5 of it. I mean, the Cavs covered the first one with the 9.5. So sorry.
we have all these. Listen, all but one game has been won by home teams. I just told you that I like both the road teams to win. So that's going against everything that's happened outside of one matchup. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just where I'm at with it. I'm rocking with the road teams. No Paul George. I still think that it's going to be a game. Don't get it twisted. Ty Lue is that guy. But CJ's 3-pointers. I'm trying to look at it. I think his number is over 3.5. Like I said, I didn't really touch any props. I'm betting on the spread on both. Yeah, the only one loss was when Memphis beat Golden State. They've won every home team has won every single game, and I'm betting on both the road teams tonight. So I know it goes against all logic.
Yep.
It really does. So but that's where I'm at with it. I mean, no Paul George, and the Pelicans playing their best ball. I can't. Unless you're just 100% on the notion that the home team will win, then cool. But other than that, I can't see how you pick. I can't see how you pick LA after they just reintegrated Paul George, and now they immediately have to take him out of the rotation after he's practiced already. This is literally the worst thing. This guy's been when he plays, he's the point guard and their leading scorer. That's now it's revert back to how you were playing a month ago with players that aren't 100%. Kennard's fucked up, and it's
when they're frequenting putting up under 100 points. That's where I think this one, if you got the under early, that was a nice spot. Now with Paul being out, it's a little bit watered down, but I still wouldn't be against going on that under because the Pels have shown that they can lock them up this year when George isn't playing.
Why is everybody blaming Adam Silver? Like, bro, he got COVID. What do you?
They want him to like not show the test or something. Just go against everything that he's supposed to for the whole year.
Right? How do y'all know it's not them saying like how it's not Paul George just saying like, bro, like I don't really even want to try to get an AC. Like we don't. Who knows, man? Who knows? We don't know.
His flight ticket can't be refunded. Probably the reason. He's ready for Cancun.
Yeah, for sure. 1, 2, 3, Cancun. Oh God, this is it's enjoy the summertime, Clippers fans. If you guys even fucking exist.
You want to tease them what's coming tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow, 11 a.m. We were gonna do it at 10, but tomorrow at 11 a.m. we're gonna do an NBA roundtable. I got our boy Wham coming, Finesse the Books. Jay Money's gonna be joining us. Possibly my guy knows a guy. So yeah, we're just gonna do an NBA roundtable tomorrow before all the playoff games. We're gonna break down all of your NBA playoff matchups, who we like, who we think will be, the difference in the series, stuff like that. I've already told y'all the Suns not making the finals, so we're gonna get more in depth into that. And
I was about to say we'll give out some futures, we'll give out some series prices, maybe even to give out the win the East or West, and then the finals. We'll have all 6 of us here, little round table, try to get through each of it, bring your thoughts, analysis, your predictions, because when we run through the series, we want to see how many games you have it going. So be ready, study up. Let's see who can come up with the craziest finals with reason. That's the biggest thing. You can't just tell me the Warriors are going to be playing the Sixers in the final, Sosa, and just say it's because you're a Sixers fan and Steve Kerr's the guy with Steph.
If they've been tuning in all year, I've said that the team to beat is going to be Milwaukee. I said it before the season started. I said they were going to go back to back, and that was not knowing anything.
Come on, man. You're supposed to play into it.
Listen, that's fine. But listen, is people really watching this show trying to find, so I got to make sure that I let them know. Listen, Giannis, to me, we talked about this
yesterday.
It's for years it's been LeBron, the Spurs, the Miami Heat. Well, obviously that's LeBron, but and then we got Dirk had his little run, and then the Warriors time came, and then obviously Toronto got one, and then it's the usual suspects is what I'm saying. I believe that Giannis is now that guy. Like, he is the guy who every year, back to back to back to back to back, he's gonna be the guy in the finals. Like that team is primed to get there 3-4 years. You're going to be hard pressed to get them out of a 7-game series, no matter what talent you got on the other side. So that's just how I view things in regards to him and the team they built around him. It's going to take something crazy to beat them.
So that's tomorrow, 11 a.m. Same Twitter, same YouTube channel, because with Pay for Play right now, we'll probably just be coming at you with pre-recorded content, hopefully starting next week on some college football to get you ready and start it off there. That's coming in the near future. Other than that, make sure you're always tapped in, because Sunday Morning Quarterbacks will have an NFL draft show soon as well. Same YouTube channel, different Twitter. So we got our 3 featured shows on Daily Bread Media. If it's your first one, it's Friday. We didn't get too crazy because we didn't
like the video
drinks yet.
Like the video, subscribe to the YouTube.
Tomorrow, 11. We'll see you back. Peace out. We hope everyone has a good night.